Welcome to Pulse of Africa channel, your reliable place for real up-to-date news from across Africa. If this is your first time here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you stay updated, informed, and connected to what's really happening from across the continent. Your engagement keeps our voice alive and strong. Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information, official statements, and other authentic online materials. It is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. We do not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our sole objective is to provide context-rich insight into current affairs, amplify local perspectives, and support informed dialogue across Africa. According to news sources, it is alleged that these soldiers from Burkina Faso's armed forces launched Operation Green Sweep 3 in the Djibo region that had fallen under the control of Al-Qaeda-affiliated insurgents. The motorcycles they are seen riding happen to be seized motorbikes from the terrorists. For months, the area of Djibo remained under siege, its roads cut off, its residents living in fear due to the invasion by the Al-Qaeda group. Reclaiming it was never going to be easy, but the Traoré soldiers came prepared and surely they overcame the enemies. Reports suggest that the confrontation was intense. However, it was a sweeping victory in favor of the National Burkinabe army. In the aftermath of the mission, the soldiers reportedly seized a significant cache of weapons and supplies previously held by the insurgents. Among the items recovered were 2 PKM machine guns known for their reliability and firepower in sustained combat, 1 RP-7 rocket launcher, a staple weapon among insurgent groups for its anti-vehicle capabilities, 17 AK-47 assault rifles, the most common weapon of choice in guerrilla warfare, 1 G3 rifle, a high-powered long-range weapon, and several other pieces of military-grade ammunition. But the victory didn't stop there. The soldiers also recovered multiple motorcycles, which insurgents often use for rapid movement in difficult terrain. They found military uniforms, tactical gear, and various supplies believed to be used by the fighters. Local sources have described the return of the soldiers as a moment of triumph. They were seen parading back into safer zones with pride and visible relief on their faces. For many residents of the Sahel region, where life under constant threat has become a daily reality, this operation brings a glimmer of hope. Still, analysts warn that one successful operation does not end the war. The situation in northern Burkina Faso remains fragile, and insurgent groups may regroup elsewhere.
Après une victoire éclatante dans la boucle du monde, ils sont retournés dans les immortels du capitaine Ouattao sont là. Partagez le direct et mettez les camps. Après avoir installé
The response to this military victory has been both hopeful and cautious. Within Burkina Faso, citizens have expressed pride and relief. On social media, some have shared messages of support for the military, thanking them for risking their lives to liberate Djibo. In towns close to the front lines, families are reportedly welcoming back soldiers as heroes. The transitional government of Burkina Faso, under President Captain Ibrahim Traoré, has not issued a full statement yet, but internal sources suggest this mission aligns with the administration's aggressive stance against terrorism. International observers have reacted with guarded optimism. Many see the operation as evidence that Burkina Faso's military strategy, focused on internal mobilization and territorial reclaiming, may be yielding some tangible results. However, others caution that without broader political solutions and regional cooperation, such victories might only be temporary. Security experts emphasize that Al-Qaeda and other armed groups often shift tactics after losing ground. They may avoid direct combat and instead resort to ambushes, landmines, and attacks on civilians to maintain psychological pressure. There is also concern about civilian protection in retaken zones. Djibo's population has suffered displacement, hunger, and fear for years. Now that it's back under state control, ensuring aid delivery, rebuilding infrastructure, and protecting civilians must follow immediately, or the gains could unravel. Meanwhile, some critics point out that details about casualties, duration of the battle, and how long the area can be held remain unclear. They stress the need for transparency and consistent reporting to build trust among the population. Still, this operation has undeniably shifted the atmosphere. It reminds both citizens and insurgents that the fight for Burkina Faso's north is far from over. and that the National Army is far from giving up. This brings us to the end of this report. Let us know what you think in the comments. Will Operation Green Sweep 3 inspire a stronger resistance across the Sahel, or will it trigger a more desperate response from the terrorists? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more fearless, detailed, and human-centered news stories from West Africa and beyond, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is Pulse of Africa, where we bring the truth from the ground straight to your screen.